All right, today we are going to start our nutrition and we're going to talk about My Plate. Over here we have a couple of meals, we have some healthy snacks, and then we have some unhealthy treats that we're going to discuss. Now, My Plate. Your plate should look like a rainbow. If you look here, we have dairy, grains, protein, vegetables, and fruits. Every meal you eat should look like how this plate looks right here. At the end, after talking about our nutrition unit a little bit, you are going to draw your own version of My Plate. But right here again, fruits, vegetables should take up half of your plate when you eat. Protein and grains should take up the other half, and then you should have some source of dairy. Now, if we're looking over here, breakfast. For our dairy, we have a yogurt. Vegetable,
tomato juice.
We have some tomato juice. We have some wheat toast. Eggs is a good source of protein. And we have fruit.
Potassium, very important.
Now, when we think about protein, a lot of times the easiest way to think about it is meat, different types of meat. Peanut butter also has protein in it, and nuts have protein in it. But if you think about protein, it's like meat or eggs. Now, looking at our protein, the healthier proteins to eat are the animals that have the least amount of legs. So cows have 4 legs. It's red meat. It's a little bit unhealthy. 2 legs. Chickens. What else do we have that has 2 legs? Any sort of poultry. It's 2 legs. It's a little bit healthier than cows with 4 legs. And then fish have no legs, which is the healthiest form of protein. Over here, let's take a look at a lunch, a healthy plate for lunch. We sometimes see kids come in, they have Cheetos, they have Skittles. When we talk about a rainbow plate, this is what we're talking about is fruit, vegetables. We're not talking about Skittles and Cheetos. Right here we have a sandwich. The protein in here, I want you guys to think about what would be the protein in this chicken sandwich. We have the chicken. What would be the grain?
Bread.
The whole wheat bread. What would be the vegetable? The lettuce. Good. And then we have fruits. We have an apple. And then we have some chocolate milk for the dairy. This would be a version of a healthy lunch. Now let's look at the dinner plate. Mr. Buxo wants to grab the dinner plate right here.
And by the way, is a tomato a fruit or vegetable? Google it. Very healthy for you, especially the seeds. They open up your arteries, supposedly, and are good for the heart and the blood vessels, okay? With the tomato, some people eat a tomato literally like an apple. Okay, so in other words, there are some things that are, so good for you. Dinner, we have grains right here, rice.
Brown rice.
Brown rice. We have the meat, protein. This looks like some roast beef or something, okay? And again, there is some what's called red meat in there, okay? But it's also protein. And it also has iron in it from a steak or a roast beef or pork chops. And you need iron. It doesn't mean you have it all the time, all right? But your veggies, and as Fonzie would say in Happy Days, ask your parents about that show, Fonzie, eat your veggies, eat your vegetables, kids, okay? And our fruit right here, which is supposedly orange. Vitamin C, vitamin A and D from milk, vitamin C, all these, vitamin E from, I think is guacamole, okay? So there's certain vitamins that we need in our body as well that are essential to the human body functioning properly.
And the biggest takeaway we want you guys to think about is how the plate should look. When you make yourself a plate, or your mom or dad or your grandma, grandpa make you a meal, half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables. The other half should be a source of protein and a source of grain, and then some dairy. Now looking over here, we have some healthier snacks because you're gonna get hungry throughout the day. Up here, of course, you want to probably grab a Snickers bar for a snack. But here are some healthy snacks. We have some cheese, a little thing of grapes, popcorn without the butter, some almonds, and just a vegetable, some broccoli with ranch. Now, in a day, not a lot of ranch, in a day, this is how much sugar you should have in one day. if you look here, maximum daily sugar, 40 grams, 160 calories. Now I want to compare this to the other things we have over here. So this is how much we're supposed to have. This is a small hot fudge sundae. If you look, the hot fudge sundae, just a small one, has more sugar than you're supposed to have in one single day. A small Snickers bar is about half the amount of sugar you're supposed to have in one day. Now look right here. Soda is double the amount of sugar you should have in one day, and that is just one pop. So you really should avoid pop and drink water instead, because this is how much sugar you're supposed to have in a day. Pop, just having one, doubles it. Let's see. A cinnamon roll, one cinnamon roll. There is more sugar in one cinnamon roll than there is in how much sugar you're supposed to have in a day. Now usually in class you guys would be able to come up here, you'd be able to see and compare. Let's look at the maximum daily fat intake we're supposed to have in a day. You're supposed to have 65 grams of fat in one day. So if I look here, 3 pieces of pizza, just 3. Right here, pepperoni pizza. 3 pieces, you're almost at the maximum amount of fat you're supposed to have in one day. And that's just from 3 pieces of pizza. That's one meal. This is an entire day. So if you ate a sweet roll for breakfast and you had a Snicker bar and you had some pizza, you'd be well over the amount of fat you're supposed to have. Here's a cheeseburger. You can see just one small cheeseburger and you're almost at halfway to all the fat in the day, and that's just one cheeseburger. French fries. If you had the cheeseburger with the fries, again, almost half. So if you had the cheeseburger and the fries, you would have all your fat in one day in just one meal. Here's the sweet roll. One sweet roll is about half as well. And this is how much you should have in one single day. So it's really important when you guys eat your meals, and I'll bring this a little closer. When you eat your meals or when you have your snack, you are following the My Plate. Half of your meal should be fruits and vegetables. The other half should be grains and protein, and then some dairy. What all of you are going to do, you are going to draw a My Plate, and I want to see, and please label fruit, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy, and give us an example of what you guys would eat for lunch. So in a second here, when we let you guys go, you're going to go on Seesaw, and you are going to draw a My Plate for lunch. All right, kids, we will catch you next time for more nutrition.